Capricorns, these are messages for the month of May. Hope you enjoy them. Please let me know in the comments. In order to awaken the world to the light, I must not be afraid to shine. Okay, so you've got the Tower. That's interesting. I'll come back to that. Okay. What should you be keeping from the month of April as you enter the month of May? Okay, interesting. So you've got conflict with the Eight of Swords. It feels like there may have been situations in your life where you felt stuck. Again, this is kind of like a mental prison. This is something that even if there are other people involved, other external circumstances, this is something we can control by changing the way that we look at it, and we can free ourselves. So I guess what you should take with yourself into the month of May, possibly trying to further your investigation into this, into understanding what it is that's been holding you back, so that you don't allow those situations to continue as you move forward. Let's see what you can release from April. Enterprise. So release the need to kind of compete or to move forward at all costs. This is a message that Aries got as well. It's important for you to be in your own integrity, to be connected to the things that you actually believe in and the things that you want for yourself, not to do things from a place of maybe over-reliance on what other people think. I'm going to go into this card in a minute now, because it feels like you may be swayed by other people and pushing yourself against your own natural rhythms and natural cycles to prove a point or to compete in some way, to gain results. Being pushed and pulled by others' expectations, swinging wildly at their whim. Who are you? How are you supposed to behave? Who is allowed to make these decisions? Great strength comes from opening up to self, for within us all there is nothing except the space to be. Growth number 32. 32 is all about 5, which is all about change. So it feels like you're ready for this change, but you need to kind of spend some time figuring out what you've been doing to hold yourself back or to keep yourself small. And so you don't have to push, right? And this is a similar message to Scorpios as well. It's like you don't have to push when you feel stuck. You kind of need to just reassess your situation. It almost feels like a car that's tires have been stuck in mud and you're just kind of, pushing and pushing and pushing, and you can't, the wheels are just kind of stuck and it's not really going anywhere. So you need to reassess the situation, figure out how to navigate out of the situation in a different way, how to get yourself realigned with your own purpose and your own divinity, because you also have the Tower here. So it feels like something may have crumbled. Some kind of foundation was not strong enough to build on. And so it's now important for you to rebuild those foundations so that you can actually have successful outcomes in the future. Looking back at what you've done, you'll be able to say, okay, I restarted the situation. I built it from the ground up. So what is the main theme for May? It feels like the main theme is this ability to create something new. It's kind of a manifestation card. So it's like you have all the tools necessary. You have all the elements. So there's fire, there's earth, there's water and air. Air would be like the intellect, your ability to think about things. The fire is the passion, the water is the emotional connection to something, and the earth is the tools, the resources, the skill set to be able to create something new. And so if you can envision it, you can create it. You may need some people involved in this, but it feels like you're starting off something, a new project, a new idea, a new enterprise. We have the word enterprise here, so it feels like it's important to move forward with that. But again, figure out where it's coming from. Figure out your own brain before you start things. Figure out where you're coming from. Be clear with yourself and your own intentions. What to be aware of in the month of May, exactly. Exactly what I was talking about. It's like, be aware of the unconscious. Figure out your own intentions. Figure out your own mind. Figure out other people's intentions. There's a lot of lack of trust with this card. It's like, if you're interacting with other people, get to a place of trust. Maybe you can do some trust exercises that kind of break down those barriers. So you're interacting with people in a much more truthful and transparent way. But this is also about how we are connecting with ourselves, right? Being able to connect with your own unconscious. And what's something that you should focus on in the month of May? Focus on change. We talked about this a minute ago. Like, there's a possibility for change here. It is coming almost out of your awareness or out of your even control. It's going to feel that way, but it isn't actually out of your control. It's just a need to start becoming more conscious of the patterns, the systems, the thoughts, and the behaviors that have brought you to where you are today. And if you can focus on that, if you can expand that into your conscious awareness, you can start changing your life from the inside, right? It's really important. True abundance is an inside job. That was in the bottom of the deck. I had a feeling it was going to come out, but I wasn't sure. So I just left it to the side. Yeah, so let's look at what you can do more of in May. Cool. Recognize your own self-worth. Recognize what you bring to the table. You're an amazing person, full of gifts, full of knowledge, full of curiosity about things. The more you pique that curiosity, the more you like increase it or increase your awareness of it, you'll be able to understand more about yourself and about others and become deeper through that process. And the card of the Empress is all about fertility, so it's like how you create in this world. But it's also about comfort. It's the things that give you joy and comfort. And it feels like once you focus on that, once you do more of that, you start to engage with life in a more easy and relaxed way. And it sustains you. It's a self-sustaining thing, right? Life doesn't have to be this thing that we're like forcing and pushing, and it's hard and it's competitive or it's, aggressive. It can be a really relaxing experience that sustains you from within. So let's see. And that is about self-worth, because once you find your self-worth, you're not pushing against all odds. You're doing things in a more graceful and relaxed way. You have nothing to prove, essentially, right? And that's a big message we're talking about here with these two cards earlier. So what should you not be doing in the month of May? Don't go at it alone. Don't try to be too independent. It's like, it's really great to be independent when you're in unhealthy dynamics and you need to remove yourself from those. But if you have people who are supportive, people who are helpful, people who don't really like, they're not kind of like holding it against you that you're asking for help. They're willing to be there for you and to care for you in a time where you need it. Be able to lean on others for support, for advice, for friendship, even for like, possibly for some of you, it could be that you're working together with others on projects. It's kind of advising you to not go at things alone, to not carry the weight or the burden of your own life on your own. And what are some possibilities and opportunities coming in for you in May? Okay, so there's an opportunity for you to stand up for yourself, to get your rights. There's opportunities for you to see more beauty in the world and to focus on your self-care and self-love and nurturing. This might also be a new relationship, a new connection that's starting out. And there's an opportunity for you to conserve your energy, conserve your resources, check your spending habits, be more mindful of just how you're interacting with this world in general, and not spending like all of your energy or money or resources without thought. So it's good to kind of yeah, have checks and balances around things like that in life. So, what is going to be feeding your soul? Interesting. I feel like that's similar to like conserving your energy. You can be really strong after a time of strife, after a time of difficulty and burdens. Like you've been carrying a lot of burdens on your own, I feel, with the Ten of Wands, and it may have led to burnout. But it feels like now you're being encouraged to just go after things that excite you, things that are just for the joy of it. Like this is something that makes me happy, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna see where it goes. And you can persevere and be strong through it. The outcome is you get stronger through the experience, whether it's a learning opportunity or whether it's something that's really successful for you in your life. It feels like you get to learn on the go. I think a lot of times with Capricorns, your real strength is your perseverance and loyalty, but sometimes that same strength can be your Achilles heel when you're willing to go through difficult things on your own, or willing to kind of endure a lot even though you're not getting the thing that you wanted, or you're just kind of too focused on the prize, too focused on getting the thing that you wanted and not enjoying the journey. It feels like now you're just being encouraged to go for the things that you want because you're wanting to experience it, and it's a learning opportunity. So what is going to give you joy in the month of May? That's interesting. There's been a lot of drama and conflict around you, possibly, and it's giving you joy to close that out by basically not giving attention to it anymore, by removing yourself from the drama, by distancing yourself, by using your reasoning abilities, your mental strength to understand why certain experiences keep coming into your life, why certain dynamics are playing out, and how it no longer serves you to be involved in it. And I think that might be the real reason you've been holding yourself back in some way. I think that might be something that starts unraveling, where you kind of find yourself in the midst of these conflict situations and conscious processes coming up, and needing to really stabilize, not give your energy away to others, like who's pushing you, who's pulling you, that whole thing, being swayed by other people's opinion of you. These dramatic collapses with the Tower card, just kind of things falling apart so that you can rebuild them. It feels like the most important step for you to start rebuilding is to notice your own unconscious process, to notice how you're keeping yourself small, and to disengage from any kind of conflict and drama around you. I hope this helps. I hope these were good messages for the month of May. And if you could leave a comment, let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.